Good morning, everyone. Started out as a misty day today, but we're in that part of the year where it clears up before noon and the sun's starting to come out. It's a nice day to leave the bike outside. Chilly, not that bad. So what I did to the rear brake yesterday really helped. All of a sudden it even felt as if the bike had slightly more power, like it was being clamped down all this time. And I remember when I went down to Invercargill recently to pick up all those things, the fuel mileage was definitely not good. Much less than I expected it to be. So that might have had an influence on it. The rear brake just slightly clamping down on the rotor. So what I'm doing today here is take off the fenders, that fender, clean them, sand them, and then I got all the plastics ready. I'll do the filler and go from there. And I was thinking now, while I'm at it, you know, I might as well give this a go with Hammerite paintbrush. The Salvation Army is here.
Oh, that's exciting.
We didn't pay our bills. Okay. Ready for van packing. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, and have you seen this yet? Fell off during the day when I did the test drive for the fuel pump. So much for Chinese build quality. Luckily I have other ones from China which will have to go on because it will take a month to get these again. No time for that. Paint prep. Well, you don't actually need to do this with the Hammerite stuff. You'd apparently go over rust right away. Let's get it on there nice and thick. Here we are prepping for filler action on the fairings, and I'm very keen to start on the rally fairing, but I'll practice on the other fairings first, which I wasn't even going to fill, you know, but now that I have the stuff, why not? Do the usual wipe down with the greaser before we have a go at that, let it flash, and then get going with that fiberglass filler. Alright, so here we got the fiberglass reinforced filler. Now when I bought this, I thought it said carbon fiber reinforced filler. And later I was worried, shit, will that be good? But then what I understood, this is pretty decent stuff. So they say mix 50:1 ratio over there. Wow, look at this. Yeah, definitely fiberglass. One of my first ever jobs as a kid, I was 15, 16, was in a polyester production factory where they would make items out of polyester and fiberglass. And I did a lot of cleanup and some other work there. Also ripping apart pallets with a circular blade. Man, I came times and a half close to cutting a finger off. 15. Anyway. And they had all this chemicals there in the chemical room and stuff that resembled this. And I would go around and grab the used chemicals and put them together in one of the mixing pots like these. And one time I came back and the chemical room, mixing room, was full of smoke. And I look around and the pot where I mixed the chemicals was slowly melting away and giving off smoke. Good times. But yeah, here we are. Now I'm doing a bit of the fiberglass work. Yeah, you can really see the fiberglass fiber style in this. Don't know how much I'm gonna need. I think this stuff might be harder to work with though than your regular Bondo, but we'll see. Hardener. There you go. What do you reckon? Well, we gotta mix this up till we get one uniform color. Look at that. How's that for a uniform color? We'll start with the obvious one. Well, that's scraped right off again. That's what I'm saying. Might need some practice. Wonder how easy it will be to sand this off. Certainly get a bit of a sticky mess with this stuff. Curious to see how this section comes out, because there was a bit missing in the side, so I filled it up. Those are the interesting parts to work with. And this bit here, where I did the plastic welding. Right, now the real deal. First be wiped out. I hope this stuff isn't all hardened up before I get to use it. Yeah. So what's on the package is basically true. It takes like 6-7 minutes to get hard, and it's already halfway towards 3/4 there. So I just wasted a bit of hardener, but I should have enough. So now I'm going to prep the fairing and I'm going to prep the fuel tank before I make some new stuff. So what that first batch of filler taught me is use less, easy on the hardener, it will hard up, and work faster. Much faster. Right, let's start somewhere. Thing is, if you work faster, you just go over it quicker without less detail, and I imagine that will lead to more sanding. And I don't know how that is going to be yet. As you can tell, this is obviously the side I had the spill on. Lots of scratches. Man, I hope this stuff is easy to sand. I think I made the perfect quantity. I'm out now, just as it's getting harder. I'm really fascinated by the process. So you take damaged areas which are lacking in aesthetics, and you fix them up, and afterward, once you process it, it should be an appealing sight again, which is really cool process to be able to do that. Then again, still not done. This is just the beginning. I don't know how hard this is going to be. Here we are outside on the tank. Let's go with this. I don't know if what I'm doing here is a massive sin. You know, 2 different fillers, still over the epoxy primer, but here we are. Let's see how easy it is to sand. Not too bad, but it's going to be some work. Well, not too bad. It's going to take some work to sand that. I start with 180 and sand it down, and then go to 320 and a 600. But you can see that I've opened up little pockets. So I could use another layer, but on the other hand, nobody's going to see this rear end. Rally fairing is going to be a very serious endeavor, for sure. I started using 80 in the beginning, and I'm almost out of 80. I wish I had a lot more 80. This is going to take a while. Right, so 80 grit is all I have, and 10 minutes in, I'm already desperate. Just going to have a little look what'll happen if I gently tap it with this. Don't try this at home. Well, life would have been a lot easier if I'd just gotten some regular filler, but here we are. Tub was like 40 bucks. Came out of factory with regular filler in some areas, and when I was sanding that, it's just so easy. This is some rough stuff. As you can see, it does cover the scratches up. But it is a small world of hurt I've opened up and have to deal with now. But I'm out of 80 grit. I was expecting I could sort it out with 180, but nah. I'm gonna pop by a neighbor and see if he has a little orbital sander and a bit more sophistication to get on the job. So now I gotta find something else to do. Give that fairing support another layer. That's it. I'm going to be working on a video tonight, so I think this is it for today. Luckily the paint didn't get in yet today. Gets super cheap out here, it takes a bit longer to receive. Still got to do the sanding bit. It's turning out to be a fun task, so let me know in the comments what you think that I should have been doing with this stuff. That big ass sander, I know you shouldn't use it like that. But anyway, let me know, and please subscribe and like if you haven't already. See you tomorrow.